Good morning and welcome back to the channel. Steve here. So I'm on this lovely decorating job in Sunningdale. So you'll recognise this room, which you did if you watched the last video, because that's the one I did yesterday. So what I'm doing now is, you can see, I've got myself set up. So I'm now doing a bit of all-based satin wood. So push the bed out the way. I'll give it a coat down here. Push the bed back. That's that bit done. Door frame. I'll show you how to paint the door, the order to do it in, because that confuses people a little bit. So I'll show you that in a second. Then once we've done that, it's going to be coming through. You can see all my stuff stored neatly over there. And then it's going to be moving into this one. So you can see a lot of built-in wardrobes here. So a bit of cutting in, but less wall space. So there you go. So apparently the flat below this one had a ton of work, like a complete refurb. And what happened was all the vibrating, the shunting, the bashing caused cracks. So the company had to come in and kind of make good where they caused cracks and stuff, where the plaster had sort of gone in the corners. So that's what all that is at the top there. But otherwise it's in pretty good nick. So I'm going to get that crashed in here. Also, you've got two doors, you've got the main door coming in, plus you've got the ensuite as well, so we'll get that crashed out. So, but first of all, cup of tea, because that's how I like to roll in the morning. And then basically it will be cracking on and getting that bit of satin wood done. And then I'll show you how to paint a door. Right, I actually did just paint that last door and forgot to do the video because I was chatting with the clients and stuff. Lovely people. But it doesn't matter because I can show you on this door. When you're painting the door, it's basically one way to do it correctly. I mean, people will argue it, but I'm right. So basically what you want to do is, once you've rubbed it, prepped it, sanded it, and then kind of give it a dust off to make sure you've got no like crap on the surface, you're gonna paint edge first, done. Then you want to get like a screwdriver or something just to kind of prop the door open. Just put it in between the door and the frame at the bottom, just so it keeps the door kicked out. And then what you want to do is, you're going to do that part first, then fill in the centre. That part, fill in the centre, and repeat for the big sections, okay? So that's all now painted, that's painted. So basically you've now got 4 panels painted. Then what you want to do is paint from just about sort of this area down, all the way to down to there. Then bring this side across here. So the reason you're doing that is that when you've got these panels, obviously you want to leave your brush marks in that direction, don't you? Because that's going to be neater. So by painting that whole thing there, you've now got your brush strokes going through that direction. And then by painting this one this way, it then cuts through these lines that you've just put in nicely. So you've got a nice straight line, the nice cross with the bristles, and then down like that. Once you've done the cross, bring the head in, all the way across, and then just bring down 2 sides, like so. And then repeat again. So surround panel, the downward section, middle section, and then across the bottom, and then the last piece. And it really is that simple, because what you also do is you're keeping with wet edges. So some people might do that panel, that panel, that panel, that panel, then go in there, do that panel. And this, in the meantime, where you've kind of hit here, it's going a bit tacky and a bit dry. So by sort of completing the top part of the door, you're keeping all that wet, which allows you to get the nice bristle finish and keep it all looking nice and pucker. And that is how you do it. But now I'm into this next room because that one is now finished. So as you can see, like I said earlier, like you've got all the bits of filler and stuff like that going on. But what I'm going to do is get my pole sander and this one, run it over the walls and ceilings. Go looking for some gaps and cracks. I don't know if you can even see it, but there's a finite one there. There'll be another one over here, which I've kind of filled, but I'm going to go over it with my special filler because they didn't do a perfect job of it. So I'm going to double check that, and then it'll be starting to paint the ceiling. So I'm just prepping, as I was just saying, and I've come to the windowsill. Now, whoever is doing deck caulk and leaving it like this, you want yourself checking. I mean, look at that. Can you see that? It's smeared it everywhere. I wouldn't mind, but I didn't even paint it. Why? So what I'm doing is, I'm going around, so you can just see I've taken my blade just underneath all of this, and I'll take it across the top, and I'm going to remove all this old crappy stuff that they've left there, tidy all this trim up perfectly, get everything off. You can see it just wipes off. So we'll get rid of all that, and then we'll start from scratch and just make it neat, because that is not nice, is it? I mean, it's just been like sneezed in and just sneered. Don't like it. But I thought I'd show you it because that's how not to do it and not leave it. And there you have it. I see, it feels like you skipped part of the day, doesn't it? But the honest truth is that I showed you everything I was going to show you in yesterday's video. So this is kind of just a recap and a follow on and just kind of seeing where I got to today. But I think we'll agree, it looks a lot nicer. So basically,
I can't search for videos on Apple Watch.
I don't recall asking. I don't think I did. Ceilings, 2 coats. Walls, 2 coats. All the woodwork is now prepped, gunned and rubbed down, all dusted off very nicely. You can now see in this corner, you can now see where I've lipped over with the colour. So that'll be obliterated tomorrow, but no snotty lumpy bits now. All curtains are back up and out, that's all good as gold. So tomorrow what I'll do is, before I like satin wood, I'll just tie these in a big knot, leave them a bit higher up, so once I paint this, it just gives it a couple of hours and then I'll just drop them down, and it's very nice. So basically tomorrow will be basically satin wood and all this stuff, and then it'll be jumping into next bedroom. So chuffy, very chuffy. I love these little videos, I just like sharing. It's all nice. You got any comments? Leave them below. Any questions about decorating or anything else? Why not? Pick your brains, see what I've got to say. Apart from that, hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button, all those bits and pieces. That's kind of down to your side to do. And yeah, you'll constantly get lots of tips and tricks as we go. But apart from that, have a lovely one, and I'll see you again tomorrow.